We're likely to get final confirmation votes very soon for some of Donald Trump's most unqualified and unfit government nominees, including RFK Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services and Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence. But his pick to run the FBI for the next 10 years may stand alone. That, of course, is Kash Patel, the pro-insurrection conspiracy theorist who has repeatedly vowed to purge the Bureau and turn its headquarters into a deep state museum, who wrote a book with an enemies list. Last week, we learned that Patel took $25,000 from a Kremlin-connected Russian filmmaker to help make an anti-FBI documentary. On the same day, we also learned that Patel holds between $1 and $5 million in stock in a Cayman Islands-based shell corporation controlled by the Chinese e-commerce giant Shein. That's a lot of money. Those foreign conflicts of interest should be, I think, disqualifying for anyone who wants to be the top cop in America. But his vote out of committee is still set for Thursday. And at Patel's confirmation hearing, multiple Democrats grilled him about his past ravings against the deep state. And New Jersey Senator Cory Booker asked him if he was putting them into policy action.
Are you aware of any plans or discussions to punish in any way, including termination, FBI agents or personnel associated with Trump investigations?
Senator, just to be clear, I did not participate in any of those DOJ decisions.
Sir, that's a yes or no question. Are you aware of any plans or discussions to punish in any way, including termination, FBI agents or personnel associated with Trump investigations? Yes or no?
I am not aware of that,
Thank you.
Senator.
Okay, I am not aware. That was very clear cut. Are you aware? I am not aware, under oath. Just a few hours later, the Trump administration moved to oust most of the FBI's career leadership and scores of senior agents in field offices across the country. And the acting attorney general, a former Trump defense attorney, demanded lists of all FBI personnel who had worked on any January 6 cases, thousands of agents, case managers, technical workers, and intelligence analysts. It is a purge without precedent in American history. And now, as the Senate prepares to vote on Patel's nomination, the top Democrat on the Judiciary Committee says Patel lied to them about his role in that purge.
Multiple whistleblowers have disclosed to my staff highly credible information indicating that Mr. Kash Patel has been personally directing the ongoing purge of senior law enforcement officials at the FBI. On the morning of January 29th, the day before Kash Patel's confirmation hearing, there was a meeting between the acting leadership of the Department of Justice and the FBI. Notes from that morning meeting read, KP wants movement at FBI, reciprocal actions for DOJ. Stephen Miller, at Mr. Patel's direction, had ordered DOJ leadership not just to terminate a specific list of officials, but to speed up those terminations. Mr. Patel seems to be unable to wait for Senate confirmation to carry out retribution against his perceived political enemies.
Now, if those whistleblower and those meeting notes are correct, we have yet another private citizen unconstitutionally, illegally attempting to unilaterally fire career government officials. But this is worth. Patel told the Senate, as we played for you, under oath, repeatedly, he had no knowledge, not aware of those firings. Durbin says that's perjury. He has sent a letter referring Patel's case to the Justice Department's Inspector General. Patel appears to be lying about his role in the ongoing destruction of America's law enforcement and counterterrorism capabilities, the removal of apolitical career public servants, to remake the FBI as Donald Trump's personal police force. I don't hold out hope Senate Republicans will ever do the right thing, but just maybe they too are unwilling to trust Trump nominees who are so willing to apparently lie right to their faces.